some basketball from Austintown Fitch High School. It's a non-conference game, though next year it will be a conference game. Both Austintown Fitch and Boardman heading back into the area to play in the All-American Conference. You know, Coach Pat Birch in the pregame show talked about the fact that he's looking forward to having this team heading back into the Valley to take on local teams instead of making that trip to Canton every other game.
Yeah, I think that had to wear on them, especially during the season, a long season like this. I'm sure with especially this winter. I mean, this has been a horrible winter for the weather. I'm sure they've had a lot of cancellations and stuff like that, and long bus rides by taking their time going up there, coming back, I'm sure. So it's probably been a long road for them. They're probably going to miss the competition, a little bit better competition up there, and not to take away from our area, but basketball, that's a very good competition. They'll come back here and they'll play some local teams. Probably still keep a couple of teams on the roster just to get some tune-ups, but really other than that, I think the road trips will be a little bit less, and it'll be a little bit happier on the kids.
And I think it's going to result in more wins for this team. And as bad as they've looked, and they've looked pretty substandard as far as basketball goes, you know, a lot of that does have to do with the fact that they've got to go an hour commute both ways. So it's definitely going to make things a lot better for Boardman next year. Then you take a look at Austintown Fitch. I mean, Coach Brian Beanie has done an outstanding job with this team. And this just in, Jesse Driver's a heck of a basketball player. And I would hope that the people in downtown Youngstown sporting the red and white are taking a look at this kid, because he is very much worthy of a Division I basketball scholarship, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've been seeing this team last couple of years, and they took their lumps the freshman, sophomore year. So this class has been together, and I think Coach Beanie kind of knew that when he first got this job, he was taking his lumps, but he knew that this is what's going to happen. And the last couple of years, they've really turned on. Of course, once again, Jesse Driver doing a great job, and he does everything well. I mean, he just doesn't shoot for you. He drives, he dishes out, he rebounds, as you mentioned, Coach Beanie has mentioned, he's leading the team in rebounding. When do you know your point guard is going to lead your team in rebounding? Not too many point guards do that for you.
Well, and the other thing is, and we mentioned this in the pregame show, I had the game against Canfield when Michael Butcher put on his show. I mean, they were double-teaming Driver. He dished it out to Butcher, and he was shooting out of his mind. As we're getting set for the tip-off, the tip goes to the Fitch Falcons. They'll be going right to left on your radio dial. It'll be Chepke across the timeline between the circles. Chepke gets it to Butcher, left wing, back to Chepke, top of the circle. Chepke hangs on to the ball, still hanging on to the ball, finds Butcher, right wing. Butcher back to Chepke. Chepke between the circles, bounce inside to DeFrancisco, turnaround jumper, rim and out, offensive rebound. Back inside to Pangio, put it up, no good, and rebound by the Boardman Spartans. Paul Benson with the basketball. Benson will get it to Smith. Smith will find McCune. Check that. Stitt on the baseline. Stitt going to do his spin move, being guarded by Butcher. Stitt to Duda. Around to the left side they go to Smith. Smith with a bounce pass. Nice pass to Stitt. Shot rejected. Here comes Jesse Driver going the other way. Driver going to take it all the way to the rack and gets fouled on his way to the hoop.
And so far, Boardman comes out in a 2-3 zone, and that's one of the things Coach Burge talked about. When you're undermanned, you have to kind of do some things to kind of hide your faults, and that's one of them. They're coming out in the 2-3 zone, hoping to make them force outside. But so far, Fitch doing a good job of getting the ball inside, and just can't hit right now.
Paul Benson picks up the foul, the first of the game. First free throw missed by Driver. He'll try to split the pair. Driver bends the knees, tosses the second one up, and it goes through. So the Falcons with a 1-0 lead. Some backcourt pressure being put on by Fitch as Marcus Smith has the ball in the backcourt. Smith's pass almost picked off by Butcher. Still in the backcourt is Stitt. This could be 10 seconds, and timeout is called by Boardman. So we'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back after this. 1-0 Fitch on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week. Boardman with the basketball. McCune double-teamed, and he will travel with the ball. So a ice-cold start for both teams. 6:41 to go first quarter. Austintown Fitch with a 1-0 lead. As Jesse Driver in the backcourt.
You wonder, they didn't have didn't have school today, so you wonder if they're a little lethargic coming in. They probably laid around all day. Maybe played the video game, so they're out to a slow start.
13-foot jumper by Pangio, nothing but net, giving the Falcons a 3-0 lead. Yeah, I think Xbox was the off-day special for a lot of kids these days. God forbid you go outside and do some sled riding. I'm going to sound like the bitter old man now. Marcus Smith over to Benson, 3 in the air, off the back of the iron, no good, tipped around. Controlled by Fitch. Chepke with a basketball across the timeline. Chepke at the top of the circle. Inside DeFrancesco. Put it up, no good. Ball tapped around and picked up by Boardman. Up with the basketball is Smith. Smith drives the lane, lays it up and in off the window. So Marcus Smith with his first 2 points of the game for the Spartans. 3-2 Fitch.
It was a tough shot for Smith. He came down. Driver almost blocked that, but he got it over the outstretched arms, and now a little pressure from Boardman here.
Driver double teamed. He'll dish it, and the hoop is put in by Chepke, and we'll get a foul on the Boardman Spartans. So Chepke with the hoop, Alex Duda with the harm. And Chepke will try to get the old-fashioned three-point play as the Spartans will get some substitutions into the game. Brian Frieda checking into the ball game along with Aaron Tompkins and John Michael Dana. So those 3 along with Marcus Smith and Preston Stitz on the floor for the Spartans. Free throw up, around and in as the foul shot is put in by Gabriel Chepke. He completes the 3-point play. Fitch with a 6-2 lead. Backcourt pressure easily broken by the Spartans. On the baseline is Tompkins. Cross-court pass over to John Michael Dana. Dana will flip the ball to Frieda. Frieda going to try to drive the lane. Dishes it off instead to Tompkins. And a traveling violation is called. 5:21 to go first quarter.
So far, Fitch doing a great job. Man-to-man, putting a lot of pressure, causing already 2 turnovers here early on in this first quarter.
Jesse Driver with a basketball. Driver being hounded by Marcus Smith as they'll try to work it inside. Ball knocked away, picked up by the Spartans. And with the basketball for Boardman is Preston Stitt. Stitt across the timeline. Stitt will find Smith on the right wing. He'll get it over to John Michael Dana. John Michael Dana to Frieda. Inside they go, baseline. Shot up, no good. Off the iron of Preston Stitt's shot. Rebounded by Fitch. Driver with a 3 off the back of the iron, no good, and a foul is called. Foul will be called on the Spartans. And folks, Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print has new Adidas apparel in stock and now offers athletic shoes in adult and youth sizes. Stop in on West Liberty Street in Girard.
We're going to get Dana with the foul, his first, pushing off underneath.
So John Michael Dana will pick up the foul. And for the Falcons, they'll have the ball under their hoop. Chepke will inbound the ball to DeFrancesco, who bounces it in off the window. DeFrancesco with a shot off the window, giving the Falcons an 8-2 lead. Backcourt pressure put on by the Falcons. Tompkins with the ball for the Spartans, drives the lane, pump up, shot, and good. Little double pump move by Tompkins as he puts his first 2 points in the hoop. Now shot put up no good by Boardman, or by Fitch, and Boardman trying to run as the ball gets thrown out of bounds. 4:17 to go first quarter. 8-4 Austintown Fitch. Checking into the game for the Spartans is Paul Benson. Benson replacing Marcus Smith. Driver with a basketball. Driver on the left wing. Driver will dish the ball off to Pangio from 16. He got it. So Pangio with his second field goal of the night. 4 points on the night. Fitch with a 10-4 lead. Again, some more backcourt pressure as Tompkins will get it over the timeline. And now Tompkins will pick his dribble up on the left wing, gets it inside. A turnaround shot by McCune, put up and in. Ryan McCune with his basket. Now Jesse Driver going to try to go coast to coast. Does so, lays it up, no good. An offensive rebound. Now the ball tapped around, picked up by the Spartans. With the basketball is Tompkins. Tompkins across the timeline. Tompkins going to drive all the way. A wild shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Driver. Driver down to Butcher. Butcher on the left wing. Butcher will get it back to Driver. A Driver going to put up a 3. Book it. Jesse Driver with 4 points on the night. Quickly going the other way as McCune tried to put up a shot. Ball was partially blocked, but we'll get a foul called on the Fitch Falcons, and that'll be on Pangio.
Well, surprised with the pace. Usually both these teams like to kind of set it up, but both these teams going up and down the floor. And Boardman's still hanging in there. After that slow start, they've kind of caught on a little bit. McCune at the line here.
First one up, rattles the rim and falls in. So McCune with a 3-point first quarter. Fitch with a 13-7 lead, 3:15 to go first quarter. Folks, stay tuned for the Haas Auto Group halftime report. The Haas Auto Group is your zero-hassle dealer. Find out for yourself. Stop in on Route 224 between Tippecanoe Road and Route 11 in Canfield as the second free throw goes up and in by McCune. It is now a 13-8 Fitch lead. With the basketball, Chepke. Chepke finds Pangio. His pass picked off by John Michael Dana. And Boardman going to go the other way. Preston Stitt in the backcourt, crosses the timeline. Stitt on the right wing. Stitt picks up his dribble. Now he's got nowhere to go. The ball knocked away, picked back up by Stitt. Stitt on the baseline. Stitt will flip the ball to Frida. Frida right wing. Good pass inside. Shot up and in by Paul Benson. Well, the Spartans come to play tonight, 13-10.
Playing very well right now. It was a nice pick and roll play where they found a man underneath.
Butcher for three, off the window, no good, and an offensive foul. On the rebound, the foul will be committed, and I believe they're going to get Pangio, and that's going to be a second foul. Well, we talked about this, Bob. If Boardman plays well in the first quarter, you never know what might happen. And so far, so good for Boardman.
Yeah, they're hanging around right now, but Fitch coming out, they're going to see if they can turn up the pressure a little bit and kind of get this game a little bit more chaotic as it is and putting full court press on here.
Benson to Frida. Now Frida back to Benson, still in the backcourt. Benson double team. Now Benson has single team coverage as he crosses the timeline. Benson to Stitt. Stitt has a defender all over him. Stitt on the right wing. Stitt still driving. Now drives the baseline. Put up the shot, and he got it. Nice spin move by Stitt. And it's 13-12. Under 2 minutes to go first quarter. Driver on the right wing. Driver finds Butcher. Inside pass to DeFrancesco. And a foul is called on the Boardman Spartans. Foul before the shot. And let's see who they get. I believe this one is going to go on McCune.
Frida.
It's going to be on Frida. See, that's what happens when you assume. So Frida will pick up his first foul, team fourth.
Boardman doing another line change. A couple of guys coming in.
Yeah, no kidding. You have line changes all over the place. I feel like I'm in a hockey game. DeFrancesco will flip the ball out of bounds. It'll go to Boardman. $1:53 left in the first quarter. Boardman trailing 13-12. Into the ball game for the Falcons, Nick Pence, and he'll be replacing Alex DeFrancesco. So the Spartans will inbound the ball. Frida will inbound the basketball to Smith. Marcus Smith in the backcourt. Smith being hounded by Driver. Smith will dump the ball over to Jones. Jones tried to get it inside, and the ball knocked away, picked up by Smith. Smith in the top of the circle drives the lane, finds Jones a three ball from the baseline, no good. Jones gets his own rebound. He'll try to dish it inside. Now they'll go back out to Frida. Three in the air, book it. Frida with a three, and the Spartans have a 15-13 lead in the first quarter. Driver will get the basketball to Pence. Pence, Butcher, three, got it. Butcher with a three, and if he gets going, look out. Fitch with a 16-15 lead. With the basketball across the timeline is Stitt. Stitt going to drive the lane. Stitt puts up the shot, no good, but he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, usually when you got a good shooter like that, you like to get him the ball early, and if he can make a couple, get into a little bit of rhythm. So Butcher made that one. We'll see if maybe when they come back down, they'll try to get it to him again.
Well, this is some kind of a start for the Boardman Spartans. Preston Stitt, first free throw, rattles the rim and falls in.
Nick Pence with the foul on.
Pence gets the foul. It'll be his first foul of the night. Preston bends the knee. Second free throw up. Nothing but nylon. 4 for 4 on the evening for the Spartans from the free throw line. Less than a minute to go first quarter. Boardman up 17-16. Driver over to Bolin. Bolin goes inside. They go to Butcher. 3 ball up and in and out. No good. Tapped up and in by Driver. Boy, Jesse Driver, right place, right time, as Fitch retakes the lead 18-17. Preston Stitt in the backcourt being guarded by Butcher. Stitt will flip the ball to Frida. Frida, cross-court pass to Duda. Duda, top of the circle. Duda being guarded by Driver. Duda will get it back out to Stitt. Stitt will restart the offense. 25 seconds to go, running clock first quarter. Fitch up 18-17. It's been a heck of a performance to this point. With the basketball is Smith. They try to go inside, and the ball, actually they tried to go across court, and the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Fitch basketball.
That's a little bit of a frustration for Coach Birch. He did a great job running the clock down. He had about 15, and he make that costly turnover like that.
Driver with a basketball. He crosses the timeline. Driver goes double teamed. He flips the ball over to Hogan. Back to Driver. 2 seconds. Driver 3 in the air. Off the window. No good. That'll be the end of the first quarter. An inspiring first quarter for the Boardman Spartans, who trailed the Fitch Falcons 18-17 after 1 quarter. You're listening to the Baird Brothers Game of the Week on the Sports Animal 1390.
Armstrong Television is bringing you more amazing possibilities than ever. Look for more channels, more high definition, and more choices on demand. We're your whole home solution. Enjoy Armstrong On Demand's room-to-room viewing, or record and share programs with our multi-room PVR with hundreds of hours of recording space. And take Armstrong TV anywhere, on your laptop, tablet, or handheld. Rethink television and explore amazing possibilities with Armstrong.
7:37 to go in this first half. Boardman and Austintown Fitch on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week. The Falcons on top 18-17. With the basketball is Preston Stitt in the backcourt. Stitt crosses the timeline. Stitt guarded by Butcher. Stitt between the circles. Stitt going to drive the lane. Stitt lays it up, and it's off the window. No good. Picked up by Driver. He'll run. Driver going to take it coast to coast. He lays it up, lays it in. Driver with an 8-point first half. It's 20-17, Austintown Fitch.
That was just impressive. He made up his mind right away, got the rebound, just took off, and really, you can't handle the speed of Driver. There's not too many people that can match that.
Preston Stitt will get the basketball to Marcus Smith. Smith with Driver on him. Smith picked up his dribble. Now he'll get the basketball to Benson. Benson, top of the circle. Benson bounce pass to McCune. McCune, top of the circle. He'll feed the Duda. Duda, foul line extended. He'll get the basketball out. 3 in the air by Stitt, partially blocked. Ball rebounded. No rebound put back up and in by Brian McCune. Time called, and Coach Beanie is not a happy camper. 20-19, Fitch will take a 30-second timeout. Be back with more after this timeout on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week on the Sports Animal 1390. Well, that 20-second timeout was a what my father says come to Jesus moment, as Coach Beanie was letting his emotions run on the kids, and quite frankly I don't blame him, as Michael Butcher will get the basketball to Bullen. Bullen over to Chepke. Chepke on the left wing. Chepke back to Bullen. Bullen foul line extended back to Chepke. Left wing. Chepke finds Butcher. 3 in the air. No good off the back of the iron. Butcher gets his own rebound on the baseline. Butcher back out to Hogan. Hogan finds Chepke off the window. No. Rebounded by the Spartans as McCune will get it outlet over to Stitt. Stitt between the circles. Bob, this is incredible that Boardman is playing Fitch this tough tonight.
And this right now, Fitch not looking very. That last trip down, they had a couple good looks. He just couldn't finish that time, especially Chepke. He just missed that completely on that shot he took.
Preston Stitt between the circles. Stitt going to try to do something with the ball. Now on the right wing, Stitt will find Marcus Smith, top of the three-point circle. Marcus Smith looks, and throws it out of bounds. He thought he had Stitt open. Stitt broke toward the hoop, and the ball went into the Fitch bench.
Yeah, Stitt was looking to go to back door, and that time Smith just threw it out of bounds, just anticipating where he's going to be at.
Driver will get the basketball over to Hogan. Hogan finds Chepke, back to Hogan. Hogan inside to DeFrancesco, double team, puts it up off the window, no good. Offensive rebound by Driver, put back up and in. Jesse Driver with a 10-point first half. It's 22-19, Austintown Fitch. With the basketball, Stitt across the timeline. Stitt going to drive the lane, kicks the ball out to Benson. Benson on the right wing. Benson finds Stitt. Stitt being guarded by Chepke. Stitt foul line extended, picks up his dribble, gets the ball to Duda. Duda going to drive the lane. Duda puts it up, no, but the foul is called before the shot was taken. And the foul on DeFrancesco. So DeFrancesco will pick up his first foul, and now multiple substitutions again for the Spartans. 3 men in, 3 men out. Looks like a line shift in hockey. The Sidney Crosby line in the game for the Spartans, as the ball will go over to Tompkins. Tompkins will find Frida. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Boardman. 4:39 to go first half. Fitch with a 22-19 lead. What do we talk about before this game? A 16-3 team not taking a 2-18 team seriously, and that may be the case right now.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, maybe lackadaisical. Once again, some of it I might blame on not being in school today. DeFrancesco with a baseline jumper, giving the Falcons a 5-point lead. They seem a little lethargic, that's all. Tompkins goes into the lane. He'll get fouled. So Tompkins will draw the foul, and that'll be the 5th team foul, and that foul will be called Jake Bullen, number 5.
Jake Bullen, indeed. So Bullen picks up the foul, his first, team 5th. Spartans with the basketball, trailing by 5. And with the basketball is McCune. McCune on the baseline. McCune shot rejected. An offensive rebound. McCune will get the ball to Tompkins. And Tompkins feeds Frida. 3-ball up and in. So Frida will drain another 3. Second 3 of the night. It's a 24-22 Fitch lead. Ball knocked out of the air. Picked up by the Falcons. Now the ball tipped around out of bounds. Last touch by Boardman. So the Falcons with the basketball, trailing by 2, 3:43 to go in this first half. Vance Pizza Hut sponsored the 50-50 giveaway at the Sports Animal High School basketball local broadcast locations this year. 3-ball put up no good. Call or go online at pizzahut.com to try Pizza Hut's new better than ever hand-tossed pizza, a slam dunk deal at only $5. Spartans with the basketball. Benson will flip the ball over to McCune. McCune top of the circle, pass intercepted, picked up by Hogan. Hogan will pick up the basketball, and he'll put on the brakes as he gets the ball to Bullen. Bullen works his way in and puts the ball up off the window and in, and he'll get the hoop, and the harm will be committed on the Spartans, Aaron Tompkins. So Tompkins will pick up the foul, his first, team 5th, and going to the free throw line to try to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play is Bullen, and the shot is no good. 26-22, Austintown Fitch with a lead. Boardman with a basketball. 3 minutes to go first half. Stitt with a basketball. Stitt finds McCune on the right wing. McCune back to Jones. Jones between the circles. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Fitch.
And right now, it seems like Fitch kind of getting their legs a little bit as they put some half-court pressure here. Just some very good man-to-man, forcing a couple turnovers last couple trips. I think Boardman just needs to settle down a little bit, get a good look here.
McCune will get the basketball over to Stitt. Stitt back to McCune. McCune double-teamed. Now McCune starts dribbling the basketball, and McCune back to being double-teamed. Picks up his dribble, gets the ball to Smith. Austintown Fitch in a suffocating man-to-man defense. As Preston Stitt with the basketball, drives the lane, lays it up, lays it in. So Preston Stitt will try to look for a 3-point play as the foul is called on by Michael Butcher. And Butcher will pick up his first foul. Actually, that'll be his first foul. And Preston Stitt will go to the free throw line, trying to complete the 3-point play. Stitt bends his knees. Free throw up, free throw in. Spartans a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. It's 26-25. Austintown Fitch. Driver loses the ball, picks it back up, floating 13-footer in. Jesse Driver with a 12-point first half. With the basketball for the Spartans is Tompkins. Tompkins tried to go inside. They go back outside. Freeds for three. Book it. Frieda drills the three. We're tied at 28.
The last couple of games, Frieda's been starting, and for some reason, he sat tonight. And I think Coach Birch lit a fire underneath him because he has come out shooting the lights out right now.
DeFrancesco with the basketball. He'll get the ball to Chepke. Finds Bullen. Three in the air, no good. And a foul on the floor, and let's see who they get. So the foul is called on the Spartans, and I believe they are going to get Preston Stitt. And for Stitt, that will be his second foul.
No, actually, it's going to be on DeFrancesco.
I do apologize. It will be on DeFrancesco.
The other 20.
The other 20 will get the foul, and that will be the seventh foul for the Falcons as the Spartans go into the 1-1. And fans, a reminder, tonight's Fitch basketball broadcast being presented in part by Quality Pet Market, located in the Weston Plaza, Austintown. Free throw up, no good. And that'll be rebounded by the Fitch Falcons. Driver with a basketball. Driver across the timeline. Driver gets the basketball to Chepke. Chepke bounce pass to Bullen. Bullen on the right wing. Bullen back to Chepke. Chepke on the left wing. Chepke finds Butcher. 1:25 to go. Tie game at 28. Butcher finds Chepke on the baseline. Chepke gets the ball over to Driver. Long three off the window, off the iron, no good. Butcher with a rebound. He'll get it to Bullen. Three in the air, and he gets it. So Bullen with a three ball. 31-28 Austintown Fitch. Stitt with the basketball. Stitt across the timeline. And Stitt between the circles. Stitt top of the circle. He'll get the ball to Smith. Smith being hounded as Smith will get the ball to McCune. Inside they go, and a backdoor cut. Basket put up and in by Alex Duda. 31-30. Driver with the ball. Driver will dish the ball to Carr, and Carr loses the ball. Now it's picked up by the Falcons, and we'll get a travel violation on Austintown Fitch. Zach Carr had an easy bunny, but he shuffled his feet. 34.8 seconds to go in this first half. 31-30 Austintown Fitch.
3 turnovers in a matter of a few seconds here.
So the Spartans with an opportunity to take the lead with the basketball is Duda. Duda gets the ball baseline to McCune. McCune will walk with the ball. Fans, the Haas Auto Group halftime report is coming up. Haas Auto Group has a vehicle for every budget. See for yourself online at hausautogroup.com. 25 seconds to go first half. Driver in the backcourt crosses the timeline. Fitch with a 31-30 lead. Driver gets it to Bullen. Bullen drives baseline. Bullen gets it to Butcher. Three in the air. Book it. Michael Butcher with his second three. It's 34-30. 8.7 seconds to go first half. Spartans with a basketball. Stitt in the backcourt. Stitt splits the double team, finds Frieda, baseline shot, got it! A three ball by Frieda with a man in his face. He got it at the buzzer, and the Boardman Spartans go into the intermission down by just a point to the 16-3 Austintown Fitch Falcons. 34-33 Austintown Fitch at the end of the first half. We'll be back with the numbers on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week on Sports Animal 1390.
Armstrong Local Programming features our community like no one else. Meet your friends and neighbors at special events. Find the perfect pet. Celebrate our region's rich history or enjoy our natural wonders. Armstrong Local Programming is available online, on demand, and on your local Armstrong channel. Find the complete program schedule at ArmstrongOneWire.com. Local programming exclusively from Armstrong. One Wire, infinite possibilities. TV from Armstrong has more possibilities than ever. Armstrong On Demand has thousands of titles, mostly free with your Television Plus subscription. Demand the latest Hollywood hits, often weeks before they arrive at rental kiosks. Play, pause, and record live TV with a PVR. Our multi-room PVR lets you record hundreds of hours of your favorite shows. And Armstrong HD is the most cost-effective high-definition solution for your home. Armstrong. One wire, infinite possibilities.
As the Fitch Falcons will start the second half with the basketball. And note to self, I need a snowblower in the worst way next winter.
I gotta get mine fixed.
Driver with a basketball as we start the second half. I'm tired of shoveling snow. Butcher on the left wing. Butcher will get the basketball to Chepke. Check that. That is Pangio. Pangio on the baseline. He'll go to DiFrancesco. Turnaround shot up, no good. Offensive rebound put back up and in. Alex DiFrancesco giving the Falcons a 36-33 lead. In the backcourt is Preston Stitt. Stitt would get the ball over to Duda. Duda picks up his dribble across the timeline, finds Stitt. Stitt between the circles, right wing. Stitt to Benson, back to Stitt. Boardman going to set up the offense, take a little bit of time. Further along they go into this game, still in the game, the more confidence they get.
I agree with you. The Fitch, you could tell right away they wanted to go inside. That's where their game starts. They go inside out. And that time they went right into DiFrancesco, and he got the look and the easy bucket.
Preston Stitt will go inside to back outside to Smith. Smith put up the shot, no good. Offensive rebound. Shot put up, no good off the arm of Duda. As DiFrancesco will get the rebound, he'll get the ball to Driver. Driver across the timeline. Driver is going to be fouled. Driver fouled by Preston Stitt. And for Stitt, that will be his second foul, if I'm not mistaken. That'll be his first. Okay.
Yeah, you gave that. That was
oh, that's true. I gave the wrong 20.
Yes,
that's right. Butcher with a basketball inside. They go to DiFrancesco. DiFrancesco double teamed. He'll get the ball to Chepke. Drives the lane, lays it up and in. So Chepke with a shot off the window, and the Falcons are starting to respond as the foul in the backcourts. Jesse Driver will be called with a foul.
A lot of touch fouls here tonight early on. I didn't think that Stitt one, they should have called that one, and now that one, Driver, a little touchy. But right away, Fitch, 2 possessions now. They go right inside to it and get 2 easy looks, and right now they've gone out to a 5-point lead here.
So the Falcons playing some defense. Preston Stitt in the backcourt crosses the timeline. Stitt between the circles. Stitt being guarded nicely by Chepke. Stitt will get the basketball to Benson. Benson will flip the ball to Smith. They go inside to Duda. Duda goes back baseline over to McCune. McCune baseline shot up, no good. And a foul is called as McCune goes over the back. So McCune will be called for the foul. And that will be the second team foul on the Spartans. Fans, a reminder, tonight's Fitch basketball broadcast being presented in part by Quality Pet Mart. Pet Market, the name tells you all you need to know for a healthier pet. Quality Pet Market is the official sponsor of Fitch Falcons basketball, as a foul is called on the floor, and I believe they are going to get
Duda.
Mr. Duda.
I know you're holding back.
So Duda will pick up the foul, and that'll be his second foul. And an inbounds pass, and another foul is called.
This one's going to be on McCune.
So McCune will get the foul. That will be McCune's second foul, and that is going to be the team 4th foul. At the free throw line, shooting 2 for the Falcons. It will be, who's that?
It's Pangio.
Pangio. He hits the first one.
Of course, Ryan has a very famous brother.
That's true, he does.
Sean, coaching at East Palestine.
That is true. Sean McCune, who does some dabbles in some football games
for us.
Claire Channel. Indeed. 40-33, Falcons on top as Pangio hit the pair. Backcourt pressure broken easily by the Spartans. Duda will flip the ball back out to Smith. Smith will find Stitt. Stitt, top of the circle, goes to Frida. Frida over to Duda, back to Frida. They'll work it around the top of the circle. With the ball is Preston Stitt. Stitt going to drive the lane. Stitt with a raindrop throw up, no good. And a rebound by Pangio. Pangio to Driver. They go inside. DiFrancesco puts the ball in the basket, but a foul is called before the shot. So the foul is called on Alex Duda. And it'll be Duda's 3rd foul.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Coach, I think needs a timeout here. They start off cold coming out here in this third quarter, and he gets one here.
So a timeout is called. 40-33, Austintown Fitch on top of Boardman. We'll take a 30-second timeout on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week on the Sports Animal 1390. 40-33, Fitch on top of Boardman. They have outscored the Spartans 6-0 in this second half. 5:16 to go, third quarter. Fans, a reminder, Nightline embroidery and screen print for uniforms, team, and corporate apparel, spirit wear, banners, and signs. Call 545-8108 or visit Nightline at 16 West Liberty Street in Girard to find out how they can help you stand out. With the basketball is Austintown Fitch. Butcher on the right wing. He'll find Driver. Driver going to go to work. Driver finds Butcher on the baseline. Butcher, three ball up, no good. And a rebound picked off by Stitt. Stitt going to run. Stitt going to take it coast to coast. Now he dishes it off, and the ball rejected by Pangio. McCune tried to put the ball in the hoop, and Pangio says, get it out of here, son. Spartans with the ball as McCune will get the basketball to Stitt. Stitt back to McCune. McCune puts up the shot, no good, but the foul is called on Pangio. So McCune will get a little revenge as Pangio will be called for the foul. That'll be his third.
He sat most of the first half, picked up two early on, and now just picked up his third.
So McCune goes to the free throw line, bends the knees, first one up, off the iron, no good.
Really struggling here now, 0 for 4 from the field here in this third quarter, and now just missed that free throw.
So the Boardman Spartans looking for their first point in this third quarter. Second free throw up and in. So McCune with a 7-point night. 40-34, Austintown Fitch on top. 4:50 to go in this third quarter. Driver in the backcourt. Driver across the timeline, double teamed, and the ball is picked up. They're going to call a foul. Ooh, that's a close foul as they get the sophomore Preston Stitt.
All right, that's the 6th team foul here, so Fitch will be shooting free throws the rest of the night here.
I'm not so sure that was a foul.
Yeah, that was the same thing happened on a couple plays ago where Stitt picked up almost the same play where it was just kind of a touch foul.
The Butcher will get the ball to Bullen, back to Butcher. Butcher will find Chepke. They go inside, and the ball's intercepted. Spartans with the basketball, down by 6. With the ball for Boardman is Preston Stitt. Stitt will hand the ball to Frieda. Frieda will go to John Michael Dana. Bounce pass to Stitt. Stitt between the circles. 4:18 to go, third quarter. Stitt picks up his dribble. Stitt looks, gets John Michael Dana. John Michael Dana on the right wing. He picks up his dribble. He'll find the ball to Freeze, put it up and in. Frieda with a kind of a wild shot, but it goes off the window, 40-36.
I think it's one of those nights wherever he throws up is going to go in because he's just shooting the lights out right now.
Butcher with a 3 ball that goes off the guided wire. 3:51 to go, third quarter, 40-36. The Falcons leading the Boardman Spartans. Frieda in the backcourt. Ball almost picked off by Butcher. Stitt with a basketball. Stitt dribbling on the right wing. And Stitt will carry the ball. And that will go to the Fitch Falcons. A 40-36 Boardman lead. They have outscored Boardman 6-3 in this third quarter. Jesse Driver has the ball knocked away. Driver picks it back up. Shot up, no good, and they'll get Driver on a foul. Driver tried to get an offensive foul, and he went over the back of Ryan McCune.
It's his second.
Sloppy second half by both teams.
Yeah, as bad as Boardman looks, Fitch still letting them hang around. As we talked about in the pregame, you can't do something like it with a team like this. Give them confidence.
Frieda will get the ball to John Michael Dana, cross-court style. They'll get the ball to McCune. McCune finds Stitt, and Stitt's going to slow it down and set up the offense. Preston Stitt, good-looking sophomore guard.
Yeah, very good, has some good moves and likes to go inside, not afraid to go inside.
Nice baseline pass to Marcus Smith, who puts up the baseline shot. And all of a sudden, the Spartans are down 2 again. Driver put up the shot, no good. Rebounded by the Spartans. The other way they go. Here comes Smith. Smith gets it to to Stitt. Stitt drives the lane, back to Smith, put up the shot, nobody goes to the line. So a foul is called on the Fitch Falcons, and they're going to get Bolin with a foul. That'll be his second. Team fourth foul.
This one, it looks like Fitch is going to pull away and put this game away. Boardman just come back and making a nice little run here.
Marcus Smith puts the first one up and in. 40-39, 252 to go in this third quarter. This is unbelievable.
This is amazing, and I'm sorry, Jim Evans is probably sitting at home going, why did they play like this a couple of times? We've seen them a couple of times, and it's been really rough.
Marcus Smith hits both free throws. It's a 40-40 game. 40-40, my vision these days.
That's with glasses.
Well, yeah, exactly. Jesse Driver with a basketball. Don't even get me started on my, we're not even going to go there. DeFrancesco put up the shot, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line. Going to take a 30-second timeout while they get Alex DeFrancesco to shoot the hoop, to shoot the free throws. 2:43 to go, third quarter, 40-40 tie on the Sports Animal Baird Brothers Game of the Week. DeFrancesco nails both free throws. Boardman with the basketball as Frieda will have the ball. Frieda cross-court pass over to Benson. Three ball up, no good. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Marcus Smith. And we're tied at 42. Jesse Driver across the timeline. Driver on the right wing. Driver will get the basketball to Chepke inside to DeFrancesco. Put it up and in off the window. DeFrancesco having a heck of a third quarter. And with the basketball is Frieda. Frieda will try to get the ball across court, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Fitch. 1:51 to go, third quarter. 44-42, Fitch on top. Who'd have thunk it? Brian Frieda will inbound the basketball to Benson. Benson will find Stitt. Stitt back to Benson. Back to Stitt. Stitt on the left wing. Drive baseline. Floater up, no good. Offensive rebound, put back up. Got it, and a foul.
All right, now Fitch just getting out hustled here. A couple chips down. They play good defense, but they forget to rebound, and now second chance points is what is helping Boardman get back in this game.
Ryan McCune with the hoop, and the harm will be committed on DeFrancesco. That's a big foul, his third of the night. And McCune's free throw up, got it. Ryan McCune saying, hey, Sean might be my older brother, but I'm having a good time tonight. As a foul is called in the front courts. Well, touch foul, and we'll see who they get. I believe they're going to get Benson.
They're going to hope it's Benson, I think. If not, that would be his fourth on Stitt. It's only third on Stitt, but yeah, they're going to get Benson. Driver going to go to line shooting one-on-one here.
Meanwhile, Hogan comes into the game. DeFrancesco checks out. Jesse Driver will go to the free throw line, going to shoot a 1-and-1. Driver free throw up, good. 1:37 to go in the ball, or in the third quarter. 45-45 your score. Unbelievable. Second free throw up, and no good. And a rebound by the Boardman Spartans. And with the basketball is Frieda. Frieda with the basketball. He'll cross court over to Benson. Benson will get the ball to Stitt. $1:20 to go, third quarter. Preston Stitt, bounce pass to Smith. Smith back to Stitt. Preston Stitt has Jesse Driver on him. He's over by the half-court stripe. Now the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Fitch. Austintown Fitch playing some good defense. Fans will be selecting an O'Charlie's player of the game. We'll let you know who it is in our post-game show. That's made possible by O'Charlie's Restaurants in Boardman and Niles. Mass substitution for the Boardman Spartans. And fans, a reminder, don't miss Home Savings post-game show presented by Home Savings, where you can bank your way with free checking on your smartphone. 45-45, under a minute to go, third quarter. With the basketball for the Boardman Spartans is Marcus Smith. Now he'll get the ball to Brian Frieda. Frieda on the right wing. He'll go back out to Smith. Smith between the circles on the right wing. Smith stops. He'll go back outside to, that would be Tompkins. Tompkins will flip the basketball to Smith.
Yeah, they're playing for the last shot here.
Frida 3-ball. Got it. Boy, Frida has just been shooting out of his mind from three-point range.
That, whatever he's throwing up, he threw that shot up that you said it was an ugly-looking shot, and he banked it off the glass.
5 threes, and the Spartans take a 3-point lead. Now, and a foul called by Frida as he tried to knock the ball out of bounds. He got the hand of Jake Bullen, who will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
This is the last one. So the fourth quarter, Fitch is going to be in the double bonus the whole fourth quarter.
So the Spartans have committed 9 fouls in this third quarter. Coach Birch letting one of the officials have it as the free throw was up, no good, and he gets his own rebound, and a hoop is, wow. Bullen puts up the shot, looked like he traveled as the basket will go, and the foul is going to be called. Who's the foul called on?
Maybe Joe and 33. They got 43 up there, but
yeah,
30,
I believe it's Eric Jones.
Eric Jones
was called
is 33,
for the foul.
which is his first.
And the Bullen shot
foul.
no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fitch. So Austintown Fitch will be going to the free throw line for a double bonus the rest of the day. Meanwhile, the Spartans with a 48-37 lead, shot up, no good, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Buckle your seatbelts. We got a major upset brewing in Austintown Fitch. Boardman with a 48-47 lead on the Fitch Falcons. We'll be back with a fourth quarter after this timeout on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week on the Sports Animal 1390.
Bigger smiles, louder cheers, longer talks. Enjoy the possibilities more than ever with Armstrong. Armstrong delivers the latest in television, on-demand, multi-room PVR, high definition. Zoom Internet has the speed and reliability you need for all your devices. And it's all backed by local award-winning customer service to keep you connected. Enjoy the possibilities with Armstrong.
Spartans get the ball to start the fourth quarter. They lead the Falcons by 1 point. Tompkins with a basketball. Tompkins on the left wing. Tompkins cross court to Frida. 3-ball up. And it goes in and out, no good. And a rebound put down by Pangio. Pangio will find DeFrancesco, who flips it to Butcher. First 3 missed by Frida tonight.
The first shot missed by him tonight, too.
Butcher's pass knocked away, and it'll be knocked into the hands of the Spartans. Up with the ball is Frida. Thought about the 3. He'll give the ball instead to Preston Stitt, who nails the 3. And the Spartans take a 51-47 lead. You got to be kidding me. Chepke with a basketball. Spartan student section going nuts right now. Butcher with the basketball between the circles. Butcher will get the ball to Chepke. Chepke try to flip it inside, does so to DeFrancesco, and he lays it up and in off the window. Alex DeFrancesco with 12 points. Backcourt pressure put on by Fitch. With the basketball is Stitt across the timeline. Stitt between the circles. They'll be hounded by Chepke. Stitt with a basketball. Stitt will get it over to McCune. Ryan McCune looks, takes a couple of dribbles. McCune will get it to Frida. Boardman slowing it down. 6.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Spartans up a pair, 51-49. Preston Stitt with a basketball. Stitt tried to get it on the baseline. The ball knocked away, picked up by Driver. Driver across the timeline. Driver looking, fires up a 3 off the front of the window, off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound by Frida. Frida will get the basketball over to Stitt. Stitt behind the back dribble. Doing a shake, bag, shot, no good. Rebound by DeFrancesco, flips it to Driver. Driver will slow it down. 6 minutes to go in the ball game. 51-49. Boardman. That's right, folks. Boardman leading Fitch. They'll try to get it inside to DeFrancesco. Double team DeFrancesco on the baseline, and he stepped on the line, and a foul is called.
They're going to get Smith with this one, his second, and it's going to be 2 shots here.
So with Boardman well over the bonus, any foul they commit will send the Falcons to the free throw line for a pair of shots. Alex DeFrancesco, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, goes to the line. First one up and in.
It could be a good thing or a bad thing. If you make your free throws, you'll either stay in the game or pull ahead. If you start missing the free throws, you're going to let Boardman back in this game again.
For the tie. Got it. The Falcons shooting very well from the free throw line tonight. We are deadlocked at 51. 5:45 to go in the ball game. Double teamed, put up by Stitt. Stitt with the basketball. Stitt tried to go inside, and the ball knocked out of bounds, or I should say thrown out of bounds. It'll be Fitch basketball. Fans, this quarter of high school basketball action on the Sports Animal 1390 being brought to you in part by Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Traditional craftsmanship, timeless style. Butcher with the basketball as they will get the ball to Driver. Back to Butcher. 3 ball up and in. Third 3 of the night for Butcher, and the Falcons take a 54-51 lead. Stitt with a nice spin move gets it to Frieda. His 3 ball up. Got it!
He's unconscious, man.
Boy, Frieda's feeling it. 54-54. What a game tonight.
6 threes already. He has 20 points.
Shepke with a basketball on the baseline. Shepke cross court over to Butcher. His shot up and in. So Butcher with a shot just inside the three-point line. 56-54 Fitch. Preston Stitt will get the basketball to McCune. McCune left wing. McCune goes over to Tompkins. Put up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Butcher, and a tie-up. And the possession arrow favors the Falcons. 4:32 to go in the ball game. 56-54. Now they're going to call a foul.
I think on McCune.
So a foul is called. And again, the Falcons go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Nope, it's going to be on 15.
And the foul is called on Tompkins.
A little frustration foul there.
Second foul for Tompkins. And Butcher goes to the free throw line on an 11-point night. First free throw up, first free throw in. Falcons with a 57-54 lead.
This is her reminder of the old rivalry in the Boardman-Fitch game, even though it's still a little bit of a rivalry, taken away a little bit by Fitch getting out of the Federal League, but kind of being brought back here.
Butcher nails both free throws. It's a 4-point Fitch lead. Preston Stitt, he'll find Tompkins on the left wing. Tompkins gets it over to Frieda. Frieda should be double teamed the rest of the night as Duda has the basketball back over to Frieda. Frieda will find Stitt. Stitt going to try to set up the offense. Exactly 4 minutes to go in the game. Fitch 58, Boardman 54. Frieda with a basketball. Frieda finds Duda. Duda with a 3-shot, no good. And a rebound picked up by Austintown Fitch. Shepke with a basketball in the backcourt. Shepke across the timeline. Shepke will find Butcher. Butcher inside to DeFrancesco. Shot up blocked. And a foul is going to be called on Smith. Smith thought he had all ball.
If you're Coach Birch, you may be thinking about a timeout here. Fitch making a little bit of a run. A couple of bad shots they took down at the other end. Looked like Duda didn't want that shot, but they ended up taking it now as DeFrancesco misses the first one.
DeFrancesco misses the first one. Folks, locally owned and operated Pizza Hut sponsor the 50-50 giveaway on the Sports Animal 1390 high school basketball local broadcast locations this season. Pizza Hut in the Mahoning Valley helps you score big and puts the full court press on your hunger with a crowd-pleasing $10 dinner box. DeFrancesco splits the pair, and now the pressure thrown away by Boardman. Driver lays the shot up and in. And Boardman is going to get a timeout. 61-54, Austintown Fitch. 3:32 to go in the game on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week on the Sports Animal 1390. 3:32 to go in the ball game. The Boardman Spartans trailing the Fitch Falcons 61-54. Fans, a reminder, the Home Savings postgame show is coming up, presented by Home Savings, where you can still get free checking and purchase rewards. And Bob Gavalier, the Falcons on a nice run here as they have scored 14 points in this fourth quarter. Stitt in the backcourt. Stitt across the timeline. Boardman needs a bucket here in the worst way. Stitt with Butcher on him. Now he uses a pick. Stitt goes into the lane, puts up the shot, no good. A rebound picked off by the Falcons as Chepke will come down with a rebound. Chepke crosses the timeline. Chepke on the right wing. Chepke will bounce past to Pangio. Back to Chepke on the baseline. Chepke picks up his dribble. Cross-court pass to Butcher. Long three off the front of the iron, no good. Driver with the offensive rebound. He puts up a three. Got it! And the Falcons now starting to pull away. Double-digit lead.
That's what Driver does for you there. Missed shot, got the rebound, pulled it back out, and just nails a three and kind of put a little bit of a dagger there as they go up by 10.
Yeah, that's a cold-blooded dagger by Jesse Driver. 2:35 to go in the ball game. Fitch up 10. Brian Frieda with the basketball. Frieda will get the basketball to Benson. Benson between the circles, picks up his dribble, goes inside to Smith, and they go to McCune. Baseline shot, no good. Rebounded by a Driver. A Driver in the backcourt.
Kind of got cold at the wrong time here. Boardman did the last couple trips down.
Combination of that and all the fouls called on Boardman in that third quarter, giving Fitch an opportunity to shoot all kinds of free throws. Timeout, Fitch. 2:12 to go in the ball game. 64-54. Austintown Fitch on top of Boardman on the Baird Brothers Game of the Week on the Sports Animal 1390. Austintown Fitch with a 64-54 lead. Fans, a reminder, O'Charlie's Restaurants present the O'Charlie's Player of the Game Award. Find out who it is in our post-game show. O'Charlie's, good food, good times. Falcons with a basketball and a 10-point lead. 2:05 to go in the ball game. Chepke with a basketball, and Chepke double-teamed. Chepke will throw the ball away, picked up by Frieda. Now Frieda will throw the ball down to Stitt. Stitt on the left wing. Stitt goes into the lane, dishes it off to John Michael Dana. John Michael Dana on the baseline looking for someone. Now he'll put up the shot. Ball partially blocked, picked up by McCune, and a foul is called. And Frieda hit a 3 5 seconds after the whistle. You got to be kidding me with this kid. As a foul is called, Fitch is still not in the bonus yet.
DeFrancesco, that's going to be his fourth.
DeFrancesco picks up his fourth, team sixth. Now they inbound the ball. Do the Boardman Spartans. They're running out of time. $1:40 left in the game. They're down by 10. Benson with a basketball. Benson will get it. Ball to Stitt. Stitt between the circles. Stitt to Benson. Benson on the left wing. Benson will bounce pass to McCune. McCune to Stitt. He'll find Frieda. Frieda going to drive the lane. Frieda with a cross-court pass to Benson. Back to Stitt. They'll find John Michael Dana. Another John Michael Dana for three off the window, or off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Chepke.
Just a bad offensive possession. It looked like they weren't in a hurry. It looked like they were in the lead right now, but they had kind of needed to hurry that up a little bit.
Fitch can let the air out of this basketball and end the game. Butcher with a basketball, and he'll be fouled. Preston Stitt will be charged with the foul. That'll be his third. And that will send Butcher to the free throw line for 2. First free throw up and in. Fans, this quarter of tonight's high school basketball action on the Sports Animal 1390 is brought to you in part by Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Baird Brothers, America's source for fine hardwood products since 1960. Visit us online at BairdBrothers.com as Butcher drains both. Well, the final score is not going to indicate just how good a basketball game the Boardman Spartans have played tonight. As they go back outside, the ball knocked away, picked up by Frieda. 45 seconds to go, 66-54. John Michael Dana with the ball. He'll hand the ball to Preston Stitt. Stitt on the left wing. The Stitt now on the baseline. He'll get the ball to McCune. His shot up and in. Ryan McCune pulls the Spartans to within 10. And the basketball goes to Pangio in the backcourt. He'll be fouled by McCune. And McCune will get his third foul. And that will send Pangio to the free throw line for 2. 22.3 seconds to go in this ball game, with the Fitch Falcons on top of the Boardman Spartans 66-56. First free throw up and in. I think the Falcons may have learned a lesson tonight on looking past the team.
I agree with you. And once again, it was kind of hard. It is a big rivalry game. I'm sure Boardman, both teams got up. But here in this fourth quarter, Boardman just got cold at the wrong time.
A long three by Frieda, nails another one. Except for Brian Frieda. That's his 7th three of the night. Frieda with a 23-point night.
23 points.
Oof. Timeout called by the Boardman Spartans. 14.1 seconds to go in the ball game. And, we'll just keep it here for now. We've paid the rent as the Falcons lead the Boardman Spartans 68-59. And Bob, we talked about this in the pregame show. How was Fitch going to look at this 2-18 Boardman team? And it's human nature for 15, 16, 17, and possibly 18-year-old kids to look ahead, looking at this record. I think the Falcons may have learned a valuable lesson, and it couldn't come at a better time with the tournaments coming up.
And I think even Coach Beanie won't acknowledge it, but I think he's kind of, in the end, even now that he's won, in the end, he'll be happy that kind of they were tested a little bit to show what they had, because this is going to be needed in the tournament. This is going to be a tough tournament to get out of. They're up in Copley. And they're going to need something to get tested like this, and they look like they came out of this with that test.
DeFrancesco to Butcher, and a foul is called with 5.6 seconds to go in the game, and Butcher will go to the free throw line to try to pad a pretty successful 17-point night, as the foul is going to be called on Boardman's, let's see, that was on Duda. Fourth foul of the night, as Butcher's free throw is no good.
And a little confusing here on the board. They put the fouls first and the person second.
Yeah, that's really confusing. Someone needs to change that one right away. Butcher splits the pair, 69-59. Stitt with a basketball, and he tried to get the ball to Frieda. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. 1.5 seconds left. Fitch will get their 17th victory of the season, as the inbounds pass is going to be stolen by Butcher, and Butcher will just dribble out the clock. 69-59, your final score. Austintown Fitch with the victory over the Boardman Spartans. And we'll get into the postgame show after this timeout on the Sports Animal 1390.